Hello everyone, TarantulaDan here. I hope you're all doing well today. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the upcoming BTS lectures. Now the BTS lectures are, I think, hugely important, especially for those of us that are into, of course, the the tarantula kind of lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. These do kind of take over, as many of you will know. And every year the BTS, the British Tarantula Society, have lectures and dinner. And it's really good, and I'm going to be talking about that. Now I'm not going to just talk about the lectures. I will explain as much as I can, whilst also keeping it brief about the lectures, what they want to try and achieve, what they do. And I also want to talk a little bit, for those of you who are new to the channel and don't know about me and the BTS, basically I want to talk about that, and I think it's very important to do so, and you'll see why I would like to try and get as many of you to come to the lectures as well. I will say that spaces are limited for this, so you would have to sort of get in fairly quick to come to the lectures this year. Now if you are a member of the BTS, which I think is £20 a year, I highly recommend that you join if you are not already. But if you are, you will have a pile of these. These are the BTS lectures. This is one of the most recent ones, 2018 volume 33 number 3. Lovely Proclotheria on the front there. You can see the BTS logo on the top there. And if you have one of these, then you will already know that on the back cover is the information for the BTS. So if you already have the membership, then you will have already seen this, and more than likely you're already coming, which is fantastic. If you are not interested in coming, or you've not thought about it, I'm going to try and, I guess, convince you why you should come to this. So what is the BTS, what does it stand for, and what are they trying to achieve? So BTS stands for British Tarantula Society, of course based here in the UK. Now I was going to summarise myself in a few words what they are about, but they actually tell you on the very first page of the BTS journals, and to be fair, I couldn't say it better myself. So I'm going to read just this very brief part just here, and it explains what it's all about, and I'll break it down for you. The aim of the British Tarantula Society is to promote and encourage the responsible husbandry, research, captive breeding, conservation and general knowledge of theropods, arenomorphs, scorpions and associated fauna. So breaking that down, they want to promote and encourage responsible husbandry, basic care of tarantulas. Don't put a terrestrial in an arboreal, don't put arboreals in terrestrial, don't crossbreed different species, how to keep them, and make sure that the spiders and invertebrates that you keep are housed correctly. They do amazing sort of care guides and things, temperatures, humidity, and loads of stuff. So it's the basic care on how to keep these animals alive in your care. So of course then you have the captive breeding. Now captive breeding is hugely important. Yeah, breed them, keep the spiders circulating, and it's obviously there's no chance of them going extinct, which of course we all want if you are into tarantulas. Conservation and general knowledge. So conservation is of course them sort of in their natural habitat. Actually in a week on Thursday I am flying out to Guatemala, which is a little bit risky, but I'm going out to Guatemala, going to Flores and Tigao, do some trekking. And we're going to be looking for tarantulas out there. The conservation side of things is very important, and they do encourage that. And yeah, general knowledge of all these animals. Obviously, when you start keeping inverts, you don't know a thing about them. Let's be honest. I didn't know anything about them. I had a labelled G. rosea, actually Grammostola porteri, labelled as a female. It was actually a male, and I didn't know anything about it. I couldn't tell the difference between that and a Brachypelma smithi if you had have told me. The two, I just couldn't tell the difference. I knew nothing about it. And it's only through doing research and things that you learn to distinguish between all the different spiders. So everything that they try and promote and encourage is the best for us as keepers, for the breeders, for general hobbyists, and also for them in the wild. Raises awareness for conservation and things going on in the world, basically to do with spiders. So hugely important, and very, very good people. And also these journals, as I've said, they are fantastic. They sort of show you all different kinds of animals, where they are found, descriptions, or the the scientifics of things, sexing different species. It shows you sort of lovely pictures of where some of these spiders are from in their natural habitats. It is honestly absolutely it's amazing that they can get so much information into these journals, and I really do recommend taking a look at some of these. If you come to the lectures, they may have some of these spares, and I'm sure they'd be happy to give you a copy for you to try out and have a read through and see what you learn. So that's a very brief introduction from me about the BTS, what they stand for, what they are trying to promote, and actually why you should join the BTS and get these. They are really good. So now in the next part of this video, I'm going to be talking about the lectures, how I ended up going, and why I think it's so important for those of you that are taking this seriously, why I think you should come along, and hopefully my story will be kind of a testament to the BTS, basically. So very simply, if you're a new subscriber, then you might not be aware of this, but when I first started off on YouTube, I basically got I don't want to say negative, it wasn't quite negative, but I was a bit of a on YouTube basically, and I was messing with things I didn't fully understand in a way that I shouldn't have been, and I got I know I had a bit of a negative reputation for being an idiot, which is fair enough. And since then, as my YouTube's grown, I've realised, especially with the amount of people coming into this hobby, that I need to try and be responsible for my safety, for the safety of the animals, and also, hugely importantly, for the safety of the new people that are watching my videos and that are getting tarantulas themselves. I don't want anyone to, for anyone to go, oh, Dan's doing this, so I'm going to do it. It's not a good thing to hand, to encourage. So I knew, I'd sort of seen the people at various sort of shows going back years and years, and I never really spoke to them for different reasons. I never thought that I would get on with them, I guess, to put it very briefly. And I can talk like this because I've spoke to all of the BTS, the committee and that about this, and explained myself to them, and it's a bit of a joke now, I guess. And they are genuinely lovely people, but yeah, very negative. Not negative, but I didn't think I would be made to feel very welcome and that kind of thing. And back in 2017, I was queuing, back when I queued to go into shows, and Stephen, Tarantula Addict, comes walking past me, and he's like, oh, I'm already going in. Because if you go to the BTS lectures, you can go into the BTS show like an hour early or something like that. So you get to go in and buy things before the doors open, basically. And he said, have you ever been to the lectures? I said no, and he said, you need to go to the lectures. He said you'll learn so much. And my attitude was, look, the lectures aren't for me. I didn't think I'd be made to feel welcome. I wouldn't speak to anyone. I would sit there twiddling my thumbs like the awkward person at like a school dance, just sort of sat in the corner with a Coke kind of thing, and that I would not be made to feel welcome. Which I will say is a really horrible thought, just to think that that's how you would be. But he convinced me. He said, look, go to this. So I said, okay. So I went back, and as soon as I could, I booked up the place for the BTS lectures. Now there's two packages with the BTS lectures. The first one is £30, and that's just the lectures only, which is great. That's where you learn and absorb knowledge from people who are just like, unbelievably clever in the field. The second package is £60, and that's the lectures and then the evening meal as well. You have a sit-down meal, like a hot buffet, and it's really good, because what they do is they put you on a table with people that basically you don't know. which I remember sitting on a table. I knew a couple of people. I knew I was with Ray Gabriel, and I think Lee Arden was on the same table as me as well, and maybe Guy Tansley. I can't remember exactly, but that was it. Didn't really know anyone. And by the time I finished my meal, I was just talking to all these people who I can't remember half of their names, to be fair, but really, really friendly and just wonderful. So anyway, going back. So I booked to go to the lectures. I ended up getting a room with Lee Arden. Went out the night before. Got talking to a few people who were going. Never met before. Got quite friendly with them, which was nice. Got to the lectures in the morning. Again, sort of didn't really know anyone apart from Lee Arden, who I was sharing a hotel room with, and a couple of people I've seen at shows in passing. And I went in and I sat down, I watched the lectures, and I literally felt like the dumbest person in the room. Honestly, it was just, I remember thinking that I would be the stupidest person in the room, which I probably was, to be fair. But you know what? I had a great time. I learned so much. It was really good because there was a talk about the Erasus, the ladybird spider. I loved that lecture, as well as loads of other lectures, that were on. Just learned so much. And then obviously we had the evening meal, and we sat around at the end, and everyone had basically a good, a couple of drinks, shall we say. And you're sitting on tables with people who I've seen, you've seen the first Tarantula, which you should get that. I'll put a website down here for lovetarantulas.com or .co.uk, whichever it is. Go there and buy the DVD. I'd recommend it. Really, really good. But yeah, and I just sort of sat around with all these people who I didn't know, drinking tequila and pints and whatever, and I loved it. And next morning I went out for breakfast and saw some of the people, and I said, "Oh, do you mind if I join you for breakfast?" Yeah, come on. Pull up a chair. Had breakfast with these people that I never really met before, and that for me was the start of what is now a really good network of friends that do this kind of thing. And what is truly sort of, for me, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. But I went to the lectures not knowing anyone, not knowing that much. I still don't know as much as some of them, but nowhere near as much. And having this very negative thing that I wouldn't make you feel welcome and all this kind of thing. And afterwards, after the show, the lectures rather, I was talking to Ray Gabriel and Ray Hale, and they asked me what I thought about it, and I told them, I genuinely loved it. And much to my surprise, which is still one of it's like a little mini achievement for me, they actually ended up mentioning me in one of the journals, which was the 2018 volume 33 number 1. So it says, a member attending his first lecture event, Daniel Oakley, YouTuber aka TarantulaDan, pretty much hit the nail on his head. Go watch his YouTube channel. Dan, like many of you out there, was under the misapprehension that our lectures and dinner event was not for them and it would be too technical, too highbrow and stuffy. This is most definitely not the case, and Dan found this out firsthand. In his own words, he tells us how he was gutted that he's missed so many. Yeah, those are my words after the show. When I got back from the lecture, I went live on YouTube and did a talk rant about the lectures. It was, amazing. But that was only the beginning for me. You see, what happened was I got talking to all these people and made some, loose connections as far as friends go, I guess. Awesome. And then after that, I went to the BTS and I knew some of the people. I went up to them, I shook their hands and said a quick hello kind of thing. Nothing sort of super friendly, but there was definitely more of than the previous year, And I told this story many times to different people, but it's hugely important for me. But one gentleman who I've bred tarantulas with in the past, which is Ray Gabriel, sorry. I bred Pogotheria pediceni, now Vitata, about 7 or 8 years ago with him, 50-50. I gave him my male, and then he gave me his mature male P. Metallica for my recent pairing. And I'm sat down with myself and Petco and some other sort of YouTubers, just talking, and there's a pat on my my left shoulder, and my mate goes, "Oh, come with me," you know. So I go outside with him and sit down, and there's Ray and there's Andrew Smith, who, by the way, does a fantastic talk at the end of the lecture, and this year we get a preview of his new DVD, so it's worth coming for that, by the way. But yeah, and Stuart Longhorn and Danny Sherwood and Guy Townsley, and just opens up this bottle of, I think it was like Captain Morgan spiced rum, which I hate rum, and Ray took a swig from the bottle and then handed me the bottle, and I was sort of like, oh, one thing about me, I hate people touching my food. I don't like sharing anything, cutlery or drinks. Girlfriends, I don't mind. That's it. You know, yeah, anyone touches my food, like I won't touch the plate. But then I sort of had this like alcoholic beverage, you know, this rum presented to me, and I didn't want to be all like, oh, I'm not drinking that. So I just thought, you know what, you know, it's almost like an honour to have been given this rum. Sat down with these amazing men. I took a swig from it. Hated it. I don't like rum, but I drank it, and I think I passed it to like Stuart Longhorn, and that to me was sort of a really nice moment of like, you know, feeling like part of something, you know, really like welcome, like, you know, come have a drink with us, without even having to say those words, you know. And we sat down, had a chat with them, and then at the next show we go out, and we go out the evening beforehand, before shows, and have a meal and some drinks, and the next show is the same. And so, for me, not knowing any of these people, I went to one lecture and spoke to several people and made small, like, you know, little friendships. And that has gone to, you know, to where it's at now, where, you know, I see these people at shows, and, you know, I get like a firm handshake, or, you know, I think Ray Gabriel, like, you know, always, you know, give like, you know, big, like, manly hug kind of thing. And these are just really lovely people. And as I said, you know, my attitude to everything to do with the lectures was completely wrong, and the people that were part of it, they aren't sort of highbrow or elitist, I think was the word that I used. They are just really wonderful. And so that's why I want to try and obviously get as many of you to come along as well to these lectures, because you go from knowing no one to knowing some of the best people when it comes to, you know, to keeping these animals. They will give you advice, they will help you out, they are welcoming and friendly and friends for life, basically. And obviously that's where I sort of first got sort of, you know, built a good sort of start of a friendship with Lee Arden, was sharing that hotel room with him, because I didn't know about it, you know, where to stay, and he said, you know, come and stay with me. And then from that came helping out at shows and working for the spider shop at shows, Invert Shows UK, of course. And so next week I'm going to America with him to go look for spiders in 1 year. And yeah, just crazy. And also something for me that's kind of quite nice, kind of, you know, when I was sort of sat there after the Andrew Smith's lecture on the spiders, sat at this table was me, Lee Arden, Stephen, Trancher Addict, Ray Gabriel, Stuart Longhorn. He comes along with a bottle of Don Julio tequila. Andrew Smith was on the table as well, and he opens this bottle of tequila and says, you know, here you go, have a drink, it's for my travels, enjoy, kind of thing. And so these men, when they go off, you know, travelling and whatever, they bring back some alcohol to sort of share with people at the lectures, which is wonderful. And I'm hoping that when I come back from Guatemala, that I can sort of bring something back with me, and I can present that at the table as well, and say to people, look, you know, I've just got back from looking for spiders, and this is a gift. And it's like, it's very surreal. A year ago, how I had no connections, I had no sort of friends that did this sort of thing, to knowing the best people. So quite a long-winded story, but hopefully some of you might think, actually, you know, I want to know these people. I want to, you know, go to the BTS show the night before and walk into a room and be able to go up to the committee and go and talk to them, and just, you know, really just get to know some of the genuinely nicest people that are in that hobby. And so, yeah, please, if you are able to do so, I highly recommend that you come along to the lectures, because it is a really, really good day and a fantastic night. If you're able to do the night package, please do so. So I'm going to put a picture up on screen now of the information for the BTS lectures, and I'm also going to read it out to you as well. And there'll also be all the information typed in the description. It will be at the very top, purely just the BTS lectures information, as well as a website to the BTS, so you can go there, sign up and join the BTS. You can sign up to the lectures if you're able to do so and you're interested. Highly recommended. And they also have some other sort of merchandise and things on there which you may want to check out, but mainly join the BTS, and also the lectures is what I'm sort of trying to get you guys to do. I don't benefit from this, you will, honestly, and also it's a nice way to be able to just sit around at the end of the night and have a chat. So here we go. On screen is the basically what I'm looking at here. And it's the 17th BTS Lectures and Dinner. It's the 2nd of March 2019. Now there is actually the information for the hotel, which is the Aztec Hotel and Spa, Aztec West in Bristol, which you can find all information for that at the BTS on the website. I'm not staying there, but there are like holiday inns and other hotels that are cheaper than this in the local area. So if you are interested in coming, but you can't afford to stay at the Aztec, which is understand, I'm the same. I'm not staying there. There are literally hotels like 200 yards. Well, not literally 200 yards, but like a minute drive, 2-minute drive down the road. So you can definitely come along. And like I said, £6 for the dinner and lectures, or just 30 for the lectures only. All information will be in the description, and I highly recommend, if you are serious about this tarantulas and husbandry, and if you want to get into breeding and knowing different people, I highly recommend that you come along. I should be able to get there this year because, like I said, I'm actually in Guatemala. I think my flight back is a later flight, so I don't think I'm back in the country till the early hours Saturday morning, I think it is. So I'll probably go from there straight to the lectures, but honestly, highly recommended. So I know this has been a very long talk, but I wanted to say, if you're not familiar with the BTS, what they're about, what they're trying to encourage, and also why I have gained and benefited from attending the lectures. It's been long-winded and lots of rambling on, and many of you have heard this story, especially the one with the bottle of rum, but it is one of my favourite stories, and that's the beauty of it. Like, I will be able to tell that all the time, and every time I think of that, it makes me feel happy that occurred, so yeah, that's this video. Very long-winded, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Of course, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Don't forget to check out the BTS. They also have a Facebook page as well, which I'll put that in the description of this video, so you can go along and follow them there. And with that said, everyone, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. And also, hopefully I'll see some of you at the lectures in March. Take care, everyone. Goodbye from me.